Hey friends, it's Joe. It's 68 degrees and 5:08 in the morning in Tokyo. We're about to go for our Fartlek. I still don't know how to say that correctly, but this is going to be a run walk, 1 minute walk, 2 minutes run, or jog, depending on where you're at. And we're going to go for a mile today. So we're going to focus on distance and less on time, but hope you have fun. Let's head out. All right. Whew. Yeah, I had a late night last night, as I often do, as we've talked about. I'll start the timer once I get down the stairs. But yeah, it's been a crazy week. Lots of challenges. Good things, though. But hopefully this can be a restful, reflective mile along our favorite ravine in Japan. Honestly, the only ravine I know of. Should we start with walk or run? Let's start with walk.
Begin workout.
Alright. So, sorry. Pre-workout is causing a little bit of a burp. So, as you're getting started, make sure you're pulling in your core. Have a nice, mellow forward lean. Turn on your abs a little bit. I'm actually pretty sore from yesterday. In my lower back, I can feel my lower back, but it's not catching or anything bad. It's just there. It's my 31-year-old back. OG-san's at it again. He's way out there cleaning up the trail. He's a hero. Someday we're gonna meet him. Those are the things, man. I wish that I had just a bit more language competency. So in those moments I could actually say, hey, oh, we got too comfortable, let's start jogging. And we'll run till 3. Nice and easy today. Nice and mellow. We're just getting used to elevating our heart rate and running with good form in a non-damaging way. Not out here to impress anybody. Whew. How gozaimasu. So I'm a little sore today. Probably should have done my runner's warm-up. So listen to your body. If it's a little bit too abrupt for you to start, pause this, get your body right with a nice warm up, and jump back in. We got 15 seconds. Doing great. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Enjoy a walk. Try to get your breathing back. Still keep everything nice and tight. Activated. When you transition from the run to the walk, try not to immediately slow down and like lean back. You still want to maintain a nice athletic position. You still want to keep your back, your core, everything turned on and engaged. You're just turning the cardio side of things down, but you're still moving with intentional function, if that makes sense. And this is going to be so good for your heart rate. It's gonna be so good once we start doing actual long distance runs in 3 weeks. 2 weeks. 3 weeks. All right, let's go. So we got 2 minutes on. And do what works for you. This is only week 2. So you have to remember I ran a half marathon about 4 weeks ago. So I'm still well conditioned, even though I haven't done a long distance run in 4 weeks. If there was a half marathon tomorrow, I could probably show up and do it. It'd be a little ugly because I wouldn't be perfectly conditioned for it. But the underlying strength is there. So when I jump into these runs, I'm like, oh great, I can run. I can open things up a little bit. For you, you can walk briskly and go between a brisk walk with a good lean and a slower, more natural walk. Especially if you're just starting out. But if you've done this program before, or if you're coming in with a moderate to good level of fitness, do the Fartlek. Actually push up into it. But the whole goal of this is a change in heart rate and intensity. It's not about perfectly running fast, but finding a way to ramp your heart and then bring it down and stabilize, and ramp it and bring it down and stabilize. That's where it's good for you. All right, we got 10 seconds. Whew. 3, 2, 1, come out, but keep moving. Man, I have such a big day today. I have a long to-do list, and I'm wrestling with the inadequate amount of time to do said list. For me, it's Friday, which means Saturday and Sunday is a time to rest, be present with my family. So it's always the tension of get done what I can get done and turn it off and have contentment with that. But as I start into that day, I still wrestle with those feelings of inadequacy, of being overwhelmed, of fighting and stretching for more. But as I get closer to 3 or 4 o'clock on a Friday, I come to realize that it can wait. Let's keep going. Whew. Here we go. So we got 2 minutes on. You're doing great. You're about 7 minutes into this workout, so way to go. Someday you'll be 10 minutes into this workout, 14 minutes in. I think you're almost at halfway, actually. Let me check. Yeah, you're right at halfway. So we'll finish this running distance, and then we'll turn it back. And if I land things right, we might get to stop at our reflection stone. All right, you got 1 minute, 10 seconds. Wow, gozaimasu. So, because I know my half marathon pace, we are way outside of it. Like, I do not run this fast normally. So, it's actually kind of fun to push myself with this kind of workout, because I can open up my stride, run a little harder, knowing that I'm not going 12 miles at this pace. So I can also hit like a different range of motion, a different form than if I were just jogging my normal pace. Whew, sunshine. Whew. And good. All right. Let's go get that river look real quick. Eventually, there's a river on this backside. And week after week, we're gonna train and push a little bit farther. And you get to unlock some really cool views. So this is like an appetizer of what you're working towards. There's like an awesome bridge way out that way that you'll get to cross. It's gonna be amazing. Fortunately, we're gonna burn up all our Fartlek waiting for traffic, which is kind of rude. You got 10 seconds. All right, we're gonna cheat this rep a little bit just because I want to take you out here. We're gonna let the clock go past a minute just so we can enjoy a view. But yeah, we're gonna start running along that trail. Eventually you'll get way out to those skyscrapers and you'll be across the way over here. And that cannon building, that's around mile 9 or 10. So Amazon's way out there. Actually, on some days, if we get way up there and you look across the river, you can see a view of Mount Fuji, but right now it's cloudy and obstructed. So things to look forward to, but we got to build that foundational strength. We got to build up the cardio. I'm going to do a couple deadlifts really quick. We got to work towards good form, safe form, consistency. And honestly, you got to work through some of the mental stuff you got going on to actually find that resolve to show up consistently and tell yourself you're worthy of self-care and fitness and health despite all the responsibilities and pressures you may have. Whew. Oh man, taking a breather was good. That's one thing you might notice in these kinds of workouts too. Your ramping will keep climbing, and that's an indication you might not have the cardio you want to think you have. So you got to drop pace on both sides, the ramp up and the other one. All right. So we actually took a full 3 minutes there. We did the walk and we walked through the 2 minutes of run. So now we're gonna flip the workout, run 2, walk 1, where we start with run 1, walk 2. So we got about 10 seconds. I like to work in 3s, it's easier for me. I am sore and fatigued. After this I have PT. Oh joy, all right, let's run. So I'm actually dropping my pace a little bit because I could tell that even in the walks, things were climbing a bit more than I wanted. And we still have, I don't know, 0.4 miles left. So we do have to pace a little bit. And that's the fun part about fartleks, which again is a silly word, which just means like running interval, is that it's a mix of interval training where you can kind of approach it like you get to run fast, but it's still endurance. You're still going to be out here for a mile, 2, 3 miles eventually later in the program. So you got to make sure that across the upper and lower side of the interval, you can still keep doing it. You're gonna notice that 1 minute of walking starts going a heck of a lot faster than you actually want it to. And you'll notice the running interval seems to last a lot longer than you want it to. All right, 30 seconds. Keep it up. You're doing good. We're already probably past 0.6 miles. I'm gonna do a double inhale. One more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Remember, don't stop. Don't lean back. Keep your core in your form. But get control over breathing. You got 45 seconds. Ohayou gozaimasu. Definitely look like a crazy person sometimes. That's why I do it in the morning when it's not crowded. Most normative humans aren't running with a GoPro on their head. It's not natural, but it's still good. All right, we got 10 seconds. My calves are a little sore. 5, 4, 3. All right, I'm gonna lock a jog. So I'm gonna bring the pace down into closer to a half marathon pace. So earlier, this is where I was at. I'm bringing it in a little bit. It's still a run, it's still elevated, but it's not as intense. And it's because I'm getting winded, I'm sore, and I don't want to lose form. Oh, you're at a mile. Who knew? All right, well, we'll finish out this interval. So we'll run it for another minute, 20 seconds. Yeah. And then we'll walk to our little reflection spot. I might have taken you too far, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're still in it together. We're past the initial plan. If you made it to your mile and you want to stop, I forgive you. Or you can keep going. We got 45 seconds. Last little push. Up the stairs we go. Woo. Keep it up. 30 seconds. You're almost there. "15 seconds. Keep it up. 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Whew. That's a good 17 minutes of cardio, y'all. Excellent. We're gonna walk a minute to our secret spot. So I think total you've landed at 1.1. What is it? 1.1? 1.15. Look at that. That's about 2K. About, loosely. And we're gonna come down here, take a moment to reflect just on the progress you've made. You're rounding the corner of the end of week 2, which, I mean, it's a small fraction, but an eighth of the way done is awesome. And each workout's gonna get harder, but it's gonna get easier for you to show up consistently as this just becomes your normal life. So stay in the fight, friends. All right, I'm gonna give you, I don't know, 3-5 minutes. You can keep walking and cooling down. You could be stretching. You could find a comfy rock next to a river and a ravine like me, and just process through where you're at, where you're going, maybe some things you might be anxious about, some fears or doubts you might have in the journey. And I just invite you to kind of process those things. Give yourself space to feel and think through those things, but then put them in the right shelf, right? Put things in the right bucket so that you can speak some good things over your life and keep showing up. So I'm gonna give myself a couple minutes to pray and process, and I'll let you do the same. friends. There's a huge bug on my leg. I don't know where it went. Sorry for that visceral reaction. What the heck was that thing? I think it was because it's unfamiliar. Today we have this nice moment of reflection, prayer, meditation, and peace, and then all of a sudden, oh my god, I'm gonna die, it's a bug. It was big though. I might have to look back at the video and watch that again. That's so funny. You'll remember that one. I'll clip that and put that on YouTube. Anyway, friends, great work today. Keep changing the world. Keep showing up. Tomorrow you have Moose Stretch. Was it C? Moose Lift 1C. Second time through. So it should be a good strength workout. See you around.